Hare Krishna, Namaste. Welcome to our Gita study session. We are in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This chapter is titled Gnana Vijnana Yoga. Gnana means knowledge, Vijnana means superior knowledge or realized knowledge about the Supreme Lord Himself. So, why Krishna has to speak about Himself? In first 6 chapters, Krishna taught the process of Karma Yoga, the path of Karma Yoga. And in the 6th chapter, Krishna talks about Dhyana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. The Dhyana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, it requires one to fix his mind on his own self and meditate. It's a little strenuous process to sit and meditate, and also it would take much time to attain. The practice itself is hard, and also attaining perfection in the practice of Ashtanga Yoga is also practically hard. It takes many lifetimes to attain self-realization in the path of Ashtanga Yoga. Arjuna himself, being a great warrior, he expressed his inability to perform this Ashtanga Yoga. So Krishna, looking at Arjuna, teaches of all the yoga paths, the best yoga path, which is easy to learn, easy to practice, is Bhakti Yoga. So this chapter is from the Bhakti Yoga chapters, Bhakti Yoga section of Bhagavad Gita. From the chapter 7 to chapter 12, Krishna talks about Bhakti and Bhakti Yoga. For one to perform Bhakti towards the Supreme Lord, one has to know everything about the Supreme Lord, who God is, how great the Supreme Lord could be. More I learn the greatness and glories of the Supreme Lord, more I develop love and attraction towards the Supreme Lord. So for us to learn everything about the Supreme Lord, Krishna spoke everything about himself. And I'll give you a high-level overview. In this chapter, Krishna says, listen to this attentively, Arjuna. I'm going to tell you the most confidential knowledge. And Krishna says, the cosmic existence, the material nature, earth, water, fire, air, ether, and various elements manifested from those elements. Whatever we see in this material existence, the dull matter, Jada Vastu, the phone, the laptop, that which doesn't have consciousness, anything which doesn't have consciousness is a Jada Vastu. Krishna says that also manifested from the Supreme Lord. The entire universe and many universes, everything, the dull matter which manifested or emanated from the Supreme Lord. And Krishna is the source of the dull matter. And Krishna also says, not just that, there is also superior energy of Krishna. We looked at dull matter, Achit, and superior to that, there is a Chit, that which is conscious being, that is soul. Soul. Soul is superior to dull matter. And Krishna also says, everything. Krishna is the source of everything, including this dull matter, the material nature, and also the soul. And Krishna also says, he is a sustainer of everything. Everything rests, like all the souls or the material nature, all the souls, everything rests on Krishna. And he sustains the entire existence, including us. We looked at in detail. So just as Krishna says, example, like a thread which permeates into the each and every pearl, the pearl necklace can exist because of the thread being present. Similarly, the entire cosmic existence, including us, everyone, we are surviving is because of existence of Supreme Lord. And Krishna talks about everything, how he exists or manifests or pervaded in the whole entire cosmic existence. He says he's a taste in water, he's a heat in the sun, heat of the uh, light of the sun, and heat of the fire. And Krishna gives a big list. We looked at in detail all the 14 things. And Krishna says many things about how he is present in everyone and everything. Matha paratram nasti kinchanasti dhananjaya. There is nothing superior to the Lord, nothing exists without the Lord. Okay, one might have this question. If God is present in everyone and everything, I drink water every day, I taste water every day, why can't I see the Lord? Why can't I perceive the Lord? What is covering my knowledge? The Atma, the soul is pure, but the soul consciousness is covered by this so-called Prakriti, material nature. So that is a covering which is concealing our vision of the Lord. So that's called Prakriti, which is of three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. It is because of this covering our identity is not revealed, or we can't even perceive the Supreme Lord. And we looked at this story also in the last session about Lord Indra. Lord Indra is Indra. He was cursed to become a pig, and being in the body of a pig, he was totally forgetful about that he's Indra, and he was living like a pig. So that is the power of this material nature, which by which we are fully deluded. So this material nature consists of three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance: sattva guna, raja guna, tamo guna. You can remember like white, red, and black. White, red, and black. We are all deluded by this nature, or propelled by this nature. And we looked at in our previous session also about I can't see this, right? So this material nature, I'm talking about mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. I cannot see with my eyes. But how do I know where I'm propelled by these energies? It is by we can identify. We'll know by these things. Just like if a person has a coronavirus, if a person has a coronavirus, I mean, he cannot see the virus, but when he's diagnosed by the various symptoms, he will know, like doctor would know, or he himself would know by various symptoms of the coronavirus. So similarly, we cannot see this sattva, raja, tamo guna with our own eyes, but we can see the influence of these energies by various symptoms within us, right? So the person in the mode of goodness, how he acts, how he behaves, is happy. You can see here, easy to remember: smiley face, angry face, and dull face, sad face, or lazy face, right? So we see this in us, like throughout the day. We'll be either sometimes in the mode of goodness, sometimes in the mode of passion, sometimes in the mode of ignorance. It is said in our scriptures, the people in the earth planet mostly in the mode of passion and ignorance. And some good, some people are mostly some people because of previous life credits, they are in the mode of goodness. So how can I identify this mode on me? So if a person is happy, satisfied, calm, living a regulated life, regulated habits, well organized, attentive, self-control, knowledgeable, compassionate, all those good things, all the smiley face. So we can say that person in the mode of goodness. With his lifestyle, with his habits, he's propelled towards the direction. So a person who is in the mode of passion is like flickering, his mind is flickering, is spontaneous, is multitasking, extreme habits, eating too much spicy food, pungent food, always busy, stressful life. Is proud, arrogant, greedy, unlimited desires. I want this today, I want this, that tomorrow, I'll go to this place, intense hankering. I'll go to this vacation spot today, tomorrow I'll go to this. Before even going to the planned vacation spot, this person thinks about like entire year, like too much planning, too much hankering towards enjoying through the senses. That propensity is because of this mode of passion. And the mode of tamoguna is, we can identify by these symptoms. A person is lazy, always dukhi atma, sad, always sad face, unclean, unregulated habits, disorganized, undisciplined, mad. He hurt himself and he also hurt everybody. Everybody goes in good direction. This guy goes in wrong direction, right? So the criminals or the the terrorists, those are the categories, right? So yeah. So with these symptoms, we can identify, the effects of these modes on us. And this Prakriti also has one more effect. That is, we are soul, Atma, but we are forgetful about that we are Atma, right? We don't even realize that we are Atma. We feel 100% of the time, we feel like we are this body. That is also because of this Prakriti. So you can see action. Krishna talks about this in great detail from the 14th 14th no yeah 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th chapter also, like, and Krishna goes in detail. But I'm trying to bring in just to know like what is Prakriti, how, and its effects. So a person in the mode of goodness, how he acts, he thinks first and acts later. Mode of passion, he acts first and contemplates, oh, why I did that. Person in the mode of ignorance, no contemplation, no action. So these are the various symptoms. So far what we covered is like there's a dull matter, material nature. Superior to that is the Chetana, the soul. Superior to that is Ishvara, and God doesn't have. I mean, this Prakriti has its influence. It's deluding us. It's propelling us towards in different directions, binding us, right? But that influence of Prakriti is only on soul, not on the super lord. The Prakriti works according to the directions of the Supreme Lord. So one might have this question: why is Prakriti acting? Why is Prakriti covering us? Why is Prakriti, which is of three modes, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, why it is covering us? Who is the cause of that? We have to blame someone. Who is that? So it is just us. It is, you can see in the list here. So Anadi Kala Karma. It is said in the scriptures that the soul goes through many, many lifetimes, numerous births, does good deeds, good karma, bad deeds and sins. And because of that, we are propelled in a certain way. For example, a person has some people are very generous people. They like to do charitable things, like they like to donate money or water. They want to volunteer, everywhere, and that they try to help people. These are the things coming from not just this lifetime, many lifetimes, right? So these are good deeds, and the person is propelled towards doing the good things again and again, right? So this is the mode of goodness, is a mode of goodness. And some people are like intoxicate, taking alcohol, intoxicate. That is coming from the mode of ignorance. It is not just this lifetime, it could be this lifetime or previous lifetime also. One is propelled towards the direction. Hmm. So if a person is habituated to intoxication, and the Prakriti facilitates in such a way so that his desire to intoxicate are fulfilled. Desire to drink alcohol are fulfilled. And it's all the nice orchestration is done by this Prakriti. And we also have these unfulfilled desires from many lifetimes, like we all know. Every day we have a desire. There are so many unfulfilled desires from many, many lifetimes. And why are we here on this earth planet? Because of unfulfilled desires. We have certain desires to be fulfilled. What are the way? Unlimited desires to be fulfilled. There's nothing wrong in fulfilling desire. There is nothing wrong in desiring anything. And Sanatana Dharma is not against that. Sanatana Dharma says like you do your dharma, fulfill your desires in a dharmic way. There's nothing wrong in that. And there is a catch also. You might forgetful about your identity. You may not work towards moksha. That is also one of the objective. Not just fulfilling desire is an objective. Okay, so because of unfulfilled desires and because of like bad habits, bad habits from many, many lifetimes, if you all know, we have wide varieties of bad habits, living a dharmic lifestyle, and ahankara, ego, false ego, like keeping ourselves in center, saying like, I'm the boss, everything happening is because of me, I'm so great. All are waste, I'm so great. Taking credit for ourselves is coming from ahankara. False ego, and mamakara, unwanted attachment towards material things. Again, there is nothing wrong in developing attachment towards things, but certain times we know like it is too much attachment. Some people are attached to their car. Every day they look at the car, they do puja to the car, and so much attached to the car. When the car goes into accident, this guy gets into disaster. He cannot live, he cannot survive. And he gets a new car, again he develops attachment towards another car. And it continues. It's unwanted attachments like that. So many every day we see in our daily lives unnecessary attachment. Attachment itself is not wrong, but unnecessary attachment towards things which doesn't help us in our purification is not so good. And also we have this Asuri Sampada. Krishna has a chapter 16. He talks about all these things. Asuri Sampada, like lust, greed, anger, envy, jealous. It's because of all these things we are in this world. Human being or living entities given a birth, and living entities propelled by this so-called Maya, which is consist of sattva, rajon, tamoguna, and he works in a certain way, which is propelled or pushed by these energies because of all these factors. Okay, if this is a problem, is there a solution? Yes, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about the solution also, not just the problem. The solution, Krishna says, this verse, I'll ask someone to recite this verse, very beautiful verse.
दैवी एष गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया माम एव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायाम एताम tarantite. This divine energy of mind, consisting of three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it.
Thank you, Prabhu. So what Krishna said, the Prakriti, which consists of three modes, and also soul, and Prakriti has its effect on the soul in three different ways: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. We are propelled by this Prakriti all the time. If that is a problem, we are repeatedly committing mistakes and sins because of this propel of this Prakriti. What is the solution? How to overcome this? Krishna says, Prapatti, surrender. It's a beautiful verse, Prapatti, exclusive surrender. So what is surrender? How to surrender? We'll see in detail. We'll try to analyze this in little bit more, this verse. So this verse is this verse is quoted by many acharyas in Ramanacharya or Srila Prabhupada, various acharyas in their commentaries. They quote this in their commentaries of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and different literatures. Also, they quote this. So very beautiful verse. If we listen to any lecture, we mostly hear this verse for sure. So we'll try to analyze and understand this verse. It's very much detailed, so many details into this verse. So Daivi Esha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya. Daivi. Daivi means divine, transcendental or divine. Krishna did not say evil. Asuri. Krishna says Devi. Krishna did not say Asuri. Asuri means evil force. If this Prakriti is propelling us to become anger, if a person is, his living habits are like that, so that, or many lifetimes also, he has this anger problem. And Prakriti is nicely propelling him towards this anger. Right? So one may say this is a evil. If you go to different religion, like Abrahamic religions like Christianity or Islam, different religions. So they say there is something like Shaitan. Shaitan. The Shaitan is always troubles the soul, gives problem to this person. So Krishna never said there is a Shaitan. So Krishna said very nicely, it's transcendental, it's so divine. When can I say it is a divine? Hmm? Devi Esha Gunamayi. It is divine because it belongs to the Supreme Lord. It belongs to the Supreme Lord. It is not against the Supreme Lord. It is not against the will of the Supreme Lord. There is a big difference. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a big difference. In other religions, it's slight difference there. So it says like this Shaitan acts differently on different people, but no, it is based on our habit. It's divine, and based on our nature only, it works in a certain way. And this 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 Prakriti, which consists of three modes, that's why Krishna is saying it is divine, and which is Gunamayi. Guna which consists of three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And Krishna also says Mama. Mama means mine. No, I'll say this phone is mine because this belongs to me. I can't pull a phone from my neighbor and say this is mine. He will hit me. Okay? So because I own this, that's why I'm saying this belongs to me. So Krishna, this belongs to me. Krishna is saying this Prakriti, which consists of three modes, belong to the Supreme Lord and works under the direction of the Supreme Lord. And Krishna adds this thing, Turathya. This Prakriti, Krishna is saying again, it is really hard, difficult to overcome. Difficult to overcome. What does that mean, difficult to overcome? Difficult to overcome by our own strength. We can try to overcome, but Krishna is saying it is difficult to overcome by our own strength. It's like swimming the ocean. Can I swim the ocean with my own strength to pass from one source to destination? I can do, but it's really hard. It's really hard. It's impossible. The ocean may have whales and many things which will swallow me. But if I have a boatman who can easily take me and cross over this ocean, that's really awesome. That's what I look for. That's what Krishna is saying here. If you are struggling with these three modes, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, yes, because that energy belongs to the Supreme Lord, that is really hard to overcome. But solution is also given. Mamevaye prapadyante. When you take the shelter of me, I will help you. So Krishna very nicely saying he becomes a boatman for us to cross over this ocean of samsara, material existence. And Krishna also says Mam here. You see this Mam. Mam eva ye prapadyante. Krishna is not saying you go to Brahma, you go to some other demigod. Krishna is not saying all those things. Krishna is saying you just surrender to me alone. because this Maya belongs to me. It works under my direction. When you come to me, I will help you to cross this Maya. I'll help you to cross over the influence of Maya. So we'll talk about how to do that, how by different acharyas, very nicely given soon. Maya mitam tarantite. Maya mitam tarantite. So this the push of this prakriti, which consists of three modes, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, can be easily overcome when we take the shelter of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so just a quick view again on these three modes, how the modes have this effect on us. Mode of goodness, how it propels us in doing good things. So one might ask, what's wrong in doing good things? This Prakriti is propelling me to do good things. What's wrong in that? There's nothing wrong in that. We want to be in the mode of goodness. But when we do by this mode of goodness, we do good deeds, good karma. When we do good karma, we'll have good credits. If you have good credits, we have to take birth again. Okay, so it's called golden chain. There are three chains: golden chain, and the silver chain or bronze chain. All these are a problem for a soul. Right? Again, then how to do a karma, good karma, without getting good credits? We spent whole 6 chapters on that. Is by practicing karma yoga, doing whatever the activities as a devotional service to the Lord, offering the results to the Lord, not taking credit for ourselves. By such activities, the good karma is good, but we can nullify that karma. Okay, so this is how this Prakriti pushes us to do various activities. All the good activities and aggressive activities or lazy activities or whatever the activities. And we are totally forgetful of our real identity. So we talk about how to overcome this Maya. What can I do? What is the solution? So one can say, I can live a dharmic lifestyle. I can get up in the early morning, 6 o'clock. I'll go to gym. I'll run for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. So that my mind is controlled, my senses are controlled. And also I can eat good food, healthy food. not dum biryani in the midnight dum biryani. That damages the food, damages our body and existence, right? So one may say, I will eat the healthy food, healthy diet, which is sattvic diet. Krishna talks about sattvic diet in later chapters. That diet which can be offered to the Lord, right? And it's a pure diet, pure food, pranic food that has prana in it. Healthy food. One may say like, yeah, I can live a regulated life and sattvic life, and I'll have good friends around me, not the friends who can make me demon. We all know this. If you're surrounded by people, certain set of people, they make us, they will awaken the demon within us. We may be a good person, but because of this so-called association, they'll awaken the demon within us. That's how the Prakriti acts on us. We are forgetful and become a demon. Anyway, the point is, yeah, one may say like, I'll associate with the good people. I'll try to do with my own strength all these things. I'll do scriptural study. I'll do meditation early in the morning. I'll do meditation. Night also I'll do meditation. I can overcome the Maya with my own strength. One can say this. That is possible. It's not impossible. That is possible. But it's hard. It's Krishna. That's why Krishna did not say like all this list or any of this list. Krishna just said one word: you surrender. So that means when I say surrender, that means like I'm not doing any of this. No, not that's not the idea. So when Krishna said surrender, that includes all these things, but plus one more thing, that is dependency. We are fully dependent on the Supreme Lord. We take the shelter of the Supreme Lord, we'll have him as our boatman to cross over this material existence. So doing all these things is not wrong, right? So if someone has a disease, he doesn't know what disease it is, right? So based on the symptoms, he Google for something, he'll say like, yeah, okay, I know, I think this could be my symptom. He'll go to a Walgreens store and buy over-the-counter medicine. Over-the-counter medicine, like painkiller, it just relieves the pain or the problem for some time, but it reappears again. Again, we take the pill, again it comes, it happens again and again. This person thinks, I'm done with this. Let me go to doctor. I can't cure myself. I can't cure myself. I'll go to doctor. When I go to the doctor, that is when doctor knows what the problem is and doctor prescribes what is good for the soul. When we take the medicine and that time we just surrender to the Lord, right? Surrender to the doctor. So we are trying to cure our disease by our own strength or just surrender to doctor. I'll go and surrender to doctor. Doctor, you take care of me. You help me to solve my problem. And when I surrender to doctor, what should I do? I just abide to what doctor says. Doctor says you eat this medicine, you follow this prescription. Don't eat these foods. There is a do's and don'ts. You do this, you don't do this. You follow this, you don't follow this. Doctor says. And when we follow that, it's good. Nice. The problem is solved. When you take the medicine, we follow the prescription, the problem is solved. That is what Krishna is also saying here. Krishna is like going to over the counter and taking the medicine versus going to doctor. Similarly, trying to overcome this Maya, influence of Maya by our own strength versus taking the shelter of the Lord and keeping ourselves under the shelter of the Lord. The Lord helps us to overcome the Maya. Mameva ye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. Krishna says you can overcome this Maya when you take the shelter of the Supreme Lord. So when I take the shelter of the Supreme Lord, what should we do? That we'll see in next slide. But let's see a story, a small story. This is from Mahabharata. During the Mahabharata war, we all know this Bhagavad Gita is coming from Mahabharata. So it was a big war between Pandavas and Kauravas. And this is after the death of Dronacharya. Dronacharya had a son. It's called Ashwadama. So he released this Narayanastra. Narayanastra is a weapon. So the weapons in this country or in this time is no way compared to the weapons they had. They had very highly powerful, formidable weapons. Those weapons could destroy the whole universe. There are Brahmastra that could destroy the whole universe. Pashupati Astra. Like Astra is like missile. Missile, Astra. Arjuna had many Astras like that. They used to fight with those Astras. They could stop the sunlight. Those Astras could bring fire. Those Astras could make this sky rain. Those very powerful weapons. It's the time of Mahabharata, Dwapara Yuga. So we are in Kali Yuga. Anyway, so that time, so this Ashwadama released this powerful weapon called Narayanastra. It was so powerful that it was emanating so many missiles, so many powerful astras. It is literally destroying all the Pandavas, all the Pandava army. Now all the Pandava soldiers, they attempted to shoot arrows at this astra. Arjuna tried and others tried. And at that time, Krishna says, don't do that. Don't do that. Just take the shelter of that Narayanastra. Just surrender to that Narayanastra. How? Just fold your hands. and come out of your chariot and kneel down and offer obeisances. I'm I cannot fight against you. Then that weapon will be subdued. Krishna himself says. Well, Krishna has the power to stop it, but Krishna doesn't want to do that. Krishna want to honor the power of this astra because that belongs to Krishna only. While everybody did this, one person did not do that. That was Bhima. Bhima says like, I can fight this. No, I have the strong mace. I can hit this and break this into pieces. And he was literally hitting that Narayanastra. That Narayanastra again showering so many missiles. It was literally destroying. The more you act, more powerful it is becoming. The more the more Bhima was acting, more powerful it is becoming. And it was ready to kill Bhima. It's coming now. It's like a disc, huge big disc. It is coming to kill Bhima. And at that time, Krishna and a few others go and says like, Bhima, come out of this chariot. And Bhima offers obeisances to this Narayanastra. He, physically he folds his hands, but mentally he was thinking like, why should I surrender? And again, this Astra was trying to attack him. At that time, Krishna says, yes, from your mind also, surrender from your mind also. So that time, Bhima, like when it was about to kill Bhima, Bhima just thinks in his mind like, I'm surrendered. I'm helpless. I'm surrendered to you. Then this Naranasra has no influence on Pandavas. It just disappeared. So the story I told is just to relate. I mean, it's so powerful. The Prakriti, the Maya, is so powerful. We cannot fight. We can try with certain things, but we cannot uh, attain perfection, or we cannot overcome with our own strength. We need some divine influence, divine energy. That is the Mama Maya. Krishna saying the Maya itself is the Supreme Lord. So when we take the shelter of the Supreme Lord, then this influence of Maya covering is removed. So when you take the shelter of the Supreme Lord, what happens? Right? Purification happens. Purification happens by chanting the holy name of the Lord, abiding to the scriptures of the Lord. The purification happens. When the purification happens, will come from the lower modes to upper modes. Right? So from the mode of ignorance, the lazy face, sad face, to the mode of passion, that is like angry face, and what is it, multitasking and many things, like restless mind, we can easily overcome. I mean, when we take the shelter of the Lord, chant the holy names of the Lord, bring the God in our life, we can easily overcome. At least we'll come to the mode of goodness. We uplift our consciousness, or we can uplift our consciousness to the mode of goodness and transcend the mode of goodness also. So that way, this Maya can be removed, and we can be a pure soul. We can be a pure soul. So how? So there are 6 limbs of Sharanagati. This is also highly quoted in many scriptures. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam. Raksheti vishwasa guruptite varnam tata. So we'll see one by one. Anukulyasya sankalpaha. That is to desire only in accordance with the desire of the Lord. Anukulya means in accordance. In accordance, sankalpaha, desire. So when I say I take the shelter of the Lord, so what should I do? Should I shave my head and take my job profile, come out of this family life, do not taking care of family life, and I'll go to some temple and become a pujari there, or that's okay, but that's not what Krishna is saying. Krishna spent 6 chapters for that reason. Right? We continue our job profile, we continue doing our duty. Whatever we are doing, we continue doing that. and we work towards the purification. How? By desiring and that in accordance with the desire of the Lord, living a life. We living a life the way it is instructed by the Supreme Lord. That is simple, by following Bhagavad Gita. Learning and practicing what Krishna had taught in Bhagavad Gita. That is Anukule's Sankalpa. So in ISKCON we say like ABCD principle. A is association, associate with the saintly people. We talk to the saintly people. We learn good things from them. We learn by their association, like the way they are living their life. We'll also learn by their association. It could be physically, it could be virtually, or anything, right? So associating with the saintly people, we are all associating together. We are all saintly people, right? So this is all good. A for association and going to temple and being with the saintly people and learning from them, all those things. These are all in accordance with the scriptures, right? Anukulesa Sankalpa. B for books, like reading scriptures, like attending Gita classes or any other classes, and living a life which is desired by the Lord. God wants us to live a pure life, dharmic life, and also work towards liberation, moksha. So that can be done by these books. B for books, reading the scriptures, and C, chanting the holy name of the Lord. C for chanting, and D for diet, eating a healthy food like pranic food. So all those things we commonly say ABCD. So these are all good things which are in accordance with the desire of the Lord. So that means when I'm taking Sharanagati, when I'm surrendered to the Lord to overcome this Maya, I need to do these things. Prescription. This is a prescription. I need to live a life which is in accordance with the desire of the Lord. This is a do's. And there is a don'ts. Don'ts is Pratikulyasa Varjanam. Reject which is not favorable in attaining the Supreme Lord. We may have obsession towards many things. There's nothing wrong in having that. We can have it. And we'll be carried away, totally carried away. The purpose of human life and existence is not just fulfilling desires, enjoying through senses. No. There's higher thing also, right? So, and try to slowly detach from the things. If a person is habituated to drink alcohol every day, how can he attain perfection in the spiritual life? Practically impossible. He has to slowly develop detachment. If a person develops detachment from this drinking alcohol, then he can come out of this and he can easily progress in devotion. So similarly, anything in this world, everybody has different habits, like which is adharmic. If those are adharmic against scriptures, one has to try to learn detachment from them. Trying to stay away as much possible, if possible. Those things will help us. If we think this thing will help me, or developing detachment towards this thing will help me in my spiritual progress, is good. Pradikulasya Varjanam. Rakshati Vishwaso. And also have a good faith. When I'm practicing spirituality or devotion, bhakti yoga, I should have good faith that my Lord will protect me. It's not like in the day one of the practice, I'm chanting the holy name of the Lord, I'm reading Bhagavad Gita, all my negativities from many pastimes will be totally gone. No, it takes time. It's a slowly. If you turn off the fan would spin, and it takes time to totally stop. So all our negative emotions, lust, greed, anger, jealous, and all our hankerings towards material things, all the slowly go away. Slowly go away when we live a life in accordance with Bhagavad Gita or scriptures. And one has to have good faith. Yes, this will help me. God will help me. When we take shelter of the Lord, it becomes God problem. Seriously, it becomes God problem. God will put us in a nice, good situation so that we can progress. There are many examples in the scriptures also, like devotees who take shelter of the Lord. God will arrange nicely so that they can progress. If a person has a desire to associate with saintly people, no, he'll see a flyer from in the WhatsApp message about a program. All those arrangements will be nicely made so that those can be helpful for this person to progress in spirituality. One has to have good faith that my Lord will protect me, my Lord will take care of me. And Goptata Varanantata also means to maintain a good attitude towards the God and taking full refuge. I have no other shelter. I don't want to go to any other gods. I surrender to you, you alone. And offering gratitude. Thank you, Krishna. Whatever is happening in our life, we can attribute to the Lord. Thank you, Krishna. It's because of you only. So these are the things one has to have in mind. Like when you say it's this Sharanagati, it's not like it's passive thing. It's like active thing. One has to have this mindset. Atmanikshepa, to see everything we possess as belong to the Lord, casting oneself at the mercy of the Lord. So we have this propensity. We say like, this is mine. This belongs to me. No one else. I accumulate this. Will be totally lost by this nature. Atmanikshepa, when I'm surrendered to the Lord, everything belongs to the Lord. My house, my possessions, this belongs to the Lord. God is the one who has given me. God is the one who will take away from me. I have no idea when. Right? So when I consider this as belonging to the Lord, I'm not attached to any of these things. I'm not attached to my house or possessions. I consider this belongs to the Lord. So that way we can remain detached. And karpanye is very important thing. One has to be helpless or humble. So one cannot say like I'm surrendered, like I'm a great person now. One has to develop the humility towards everyone and everything. So these are the 6 limbs of surrender. One can take up and practice. So when we live a life according to these things, this Maya can be easily overcome. So I will do one more shloka. But I'll tell a story a little bit about Vibhishna Sharanagati. But I told the story, so I'm not going to go detail. But here Vibhishna is a brother of a Ravana. He followed these principles. Anukulesha Sankalpa Pratikulesha Varjanam. So not just that, many devotees, all the devotees, they do that. But it's kind of very much correlates with the Vibhishana here. Anukula, he was in the Ravana camp, the demon camp, but he was always meditating on the Lord. He was living a dharmic life. He was living a dharmic life. He was meditating, always thinking about the Lord, meditating on the Lord. His life is in accordance with the desire of the Lord, right? We can say that. He reject Pratikulesha Varjanam. So at one point, like he has to reject. He has to develop detachment and reject from people and also from his kingdom. Rakshati Vishnu. So he had full faith in the Lord, like Rama will protect him. And he developed good gratitude towards Rama, Gopati Varnantata. And he saw like all the possessions, even after winning the battle also, he was like, Rama, this is yours. That was his mindset. And he was so humble and meek. Okay. So we'll do this verse and end the session. So please let me know if you want to stop here or continue. Read, bro.
न मां दुष्कृत्नो मुदाः प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमाः मायाया पहृत ज्ञान आसुरं भावम् आश्रिताः. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are the lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me.
Thank you, Pawan.
So,
So Krishna so far has been saying, we souls are influenced by the so-called Prakriti in three ways: mood of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Not just this lifetime, many, many lifetimes. And Krishna says there is a solution also. The solution is take the shelter of Krishna and surrender to Krishna. Live a life in accordance with the scriptures or Bhagavad Gita. And consider Krishna as putting ourselves in the mercy of Krishna, we can overcome Maya. We looked at that. And here Krishna is saying there are some people who do not do that, who do not go to the Lord, who do not take shelter of the Lord. And Krishna uses very, very, very strong words. Very strong words. Okay. We'll see that one by one. So Duskritina means like the people who have done sinful activities, like Papa Karma. Papa Karma. Those people are called Dushkritina. The people who have done Sukritina means Punya Karma. The opposite to Dushkritina is Sukritina. Sukriti. This one who has done Punya Karma. So Krishna is saying that this person who has done this four set of people who have done the Papa Karma in many, many lifetimes, it is because of that they do not surrender to the Supreme Lord. They do not consider the existence of the Lord, or they do not take the shelter of the Lord. Okay, so we'll see one by one. So what Krishna says, the first thing in this list is Muda. The person who do not take shelter of the Lord is Krishna is saying is a Muda, ignorant. He's not aware. His knowledge is covered. He's not at all interested in Bhagavad Gita or any scriptures or working on self-purification or working towards liberation. He has no idea what it is. He has no idea what is Bhagavad Gita, has no knowledge about anything. Why that happens? So Bhagavad Gita is it which helps us to purify our mind, purify our consciousness, and helps us to attain the Supreme Lord Moksha in this lifetime. That is possible. And there are some people who are not even aware of it. No, there are many people who are not even aware of it. So it is because of ignorance. They don't have knowledge and they don't take shelter of the Lord. Where they take the shelter? They take the shelter in sense pleasure, enjoying through senses. Acharyas have given this. That, if a person is too much indulged in enjoying through senses, there is nothing wrong in enjoying through senses. One can enjoy senses in a dharmic way, enjoy through senses in a dharmic way. We know there is no limit to enjoy through senses. We all know that. How people enjoy through senses and totally lost. We all know that, right? So, so there is this ignorant. This person has no knowledge about any of these things, Vedic knowledge, too much living a life of sensual enjoyment. And it is said that it's called animalistic life. Animalistic life. Dharmastu shakshat bhagavat pranito dharmena hina pashabir samana. Right? So it's called muda. The person is ignorant. Such a person, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't even take shelter of the Lord. He takes the shelter of material things, enjoying through senses. So this person do not take shelter of the Supreme Lord. Other person is Naradhama. I'll quickly finish in few minutes. Again, in next session we'll go. Naradhama. Narada means like lowest among mankind. So this person has some knowledge. He knows what is Bhagavad Gita. He heard from family members, but shows no interest. He knows what it is, but doesn't show interest. So that's why he doesn't surrender to the Supreme Lord. Doesn't live a life in accordance with the Supreme Lord, in accordance with Bhagavad Gita. Such a person, Krishna says another strong word, Naradhama, is lowest among mankind. I'm not saying this. Please excuse me, I'm not saying. Okay, Maya Prahita Gnana. In next session also we'll go in detail, but I'll give this thing. Maya Prahita Gnana. So this now this person has knowledge. He has studied, but he understood in a different way. He understood God to be a light or God to be something and totally against scriptures. His understanding is different. He studied, but his knowledge is lost, totally deluded, stolen by Maya. Maya Pritagnana. Such a person also doesn't surrender to Lord. And last one, Asuram Bhavam Ashritaha, demonic people. These people are against the Lord. They think themselves as a Lord. Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, they think themselves as God, all the demons, right? They say like, I am God, you worship me, everybody worship me, there is no God superior to me. Such kind of people also do not take shelter of the Lord. So we can see in this world various types of people. Krishna is saying, who do not take shelter of the Lord. And we'll see next 4 categories who take shelter of the Lord. At least we are attending Bhagavad Gita. That means we are taking shelter of the Lord. So that's why Krishna used a nice word for us, that is Sukritina. That means we have done a good deeds, pious deeds, punya karma. So the bhakti or the knowledge of bhakti cannot be attained without punya karma. We have done good credits in our previous life. It is because of that God has arranged this very nicely for us to learn Bhagavad Gita and scriptures and live a dharmic life. So that's why God has titled as Sukritina, pious people. About pious people, there are 4 categories. We'll see that in next session. Okay, so with that, I'll stop here. Oh, my camera was not at all working. Okay, Hare Krishna. Please feel free to share your thoughts and realizations. Thank you, Hare Krishna.